This time, off the back of the Blues defeat, what has been the talk looking at this one? Because I'm assuming the talks are now a little bit different, or does it all stay the same?
You know, it's a great question. We said from the word go, there's hurdles ahead of us, and we're not going to. Hopefully, we clear all the hurdles, but we're not going to. Some of them you're going to knock down. We knocked it down. I don't want to go into that discussion. You know, we're focusing now already on Saturday, but it's behind us. So the whole focus is already on the hurdle in front, and it's a team that plays very good rugby, attracting. They're really analysing their game and they run the ball well. So the whole focus is straight away. In fact, we started Monday after 12. It was water under the bridge.
Coach, with your changes to the team, some people would say you're taking the Sunwolves fairly lightly.
Oh, no, not whatsoever. What gives you that impression, John?
Well, the changes that you've made inside, you've rotated half the team basically.
Not really. If you look at that, we're just sticking to our rotation policy.
Okay.
That's all we're doing. You know, the most of the apart from Warren, the spine is still there. We still have Malcolm, we still have Franco, we still have Ross and Elton, and we still have Bubus. So we stuck to the spine a lot.
Okay, just obviously you've rotated the team with the view to next week maybe, and the week after that. Just talk us around the actual reason and that.
Yeah, you know, we are resting a few guys. It's a very tough trip to the Argentinian guys next week, and you know, when the guys come back, you got to recover quickly for the Crusaders. So the idea was Jacques van Rooyen and Andries and Kyle to rest those kind of guys. Who's the other one? Virus was nog. Roan Dreyer. So we're resting those guys just with a you know, all part of the plan ahead. But definitely not underestimating anyone. You can't do in this competition.
Was it easy to put last week's game behind you in making selections for this game? In other words, you were firmly focused on what needed to be done this week and next week?
100%. You know, funny enough, a good question, Liam. Liam, it doesn't matter what the result was against the Blues. We've already decided we're going to rest those 4 players in the rotation policy.
So how easy was it to pick Franco as the new captain?
Very easy. Franco, from the 5 years back we started with him, came from Turkish, and he's one of those guys, you know, it's just net comboys volg my, so it's very easy. He's very inspirational. He runs the lineouts in any case. And yeah, he's in our leadership group, and with Elton's backup as a Springbok number 10, it's really easy in transition, and well deserved.
So just to get back to the team, Rowan, at number 14, you're excited about the shift?
Very. He played a bit of 14 in England as well. The try scored down the touchline, he was you know, standing out wide. Not the reason why we're picking him there. but yeah, he's fine. You know, I believe the modern game, we discussed it this morning. If you're 13, many 13s can play 14. You know, we've got guys who can play 9, 10 and 15. You can play Elton 12 anytime. If you're a footballer, you can slot in. So we wanted to do it earlier, but he was still injured. So it's a great time to give Sylvian a rest. He played great rugby up to now, and let Trokkie run in there.
And then I suppose Len Massane, just tell us a bit about him and your thoughts and expectations around him.
We are very excited about him. One of our youngsters from Monash. He's a bit in the mould of old Petrie Vandenberg, between him and Waza, Warren Whiteley. He's a leader. He understands the game. He did very well in the at age group level. So he deserves a chance, definitely.
Franco, from your side, congratulations. Just your thoughts around leading this team this week and so on?
Ja, sorry, I'm going to answer in Afrikaans.
That's fine.
Ja, yes, soos Coach sê, eerstens is dit 'n groot voorreg om kaptein te wees vir die Leeu's. Daar is nie baie van dit nie, en soos ons gesê het, ja, ek is baie opgewonde. Ouens soos Elton en Lionel en Malcolm en Bubus om jou en Ross, is dit so maklik, en ons ran in elk geval die show saam mekaar. Ons is nie individueel nie, en ons maak die besluite net saam.
Franco, was dit vir jou lekker om 'n bietjie flank te speel vir hierdie 2 jaar wat jy nou speel? Wat is die groot verskil tussen flank en slot vir jou?
Ja, nee, dit ek en Coach sê het al 'n paar woorde gespreek, en koppe gestamp oor, maar mense is eintlik bevoorreg om net te speel. Ek dink jy worry of gee om waar jy speel nie, maar ons klomp laities wat wens hulle kry kans en ons ouens wat hard werk en hulle kry nie kans nie. So ek dink jy gee om nie, maar op jou vraag is 7 is nie regtig 'n groot verskil as 5 nie. Is maar dieselfde rol, is maar net bietjie waar jy nie in die hitte is van die game nie, maar ja, dit is nie 'n groot verskil nie.
Geniet jy dit daarso?
Ek geniet dit ongelooflik baie, dankie.
Wat is die lekkerste van 7 speel en wat irriteer jou die meeste?
Die lekkerste van 7 speel is jy kan meer met die bal hardloop en bietjie meer gesig wys daar op die TV, maar die slegste ding van 7 is definitief as jy kan nie meer om die raks gaan om die tackles te maak, jy moet blind bly en sulke goedjies.
Enige spesiale wenke van waarin oor kapteinskap te weet?
Jessie, yes, ek moet sê, ek is baie hartseer eintlik oor Wazza dat hy seer gekry het en ek is regtig so geëerd om dit van hom af te vat en hy het my baie hierdie week gehelp en hy het vir my gesê sou bly net rustig en dit gaan glad nie impak maak nie, want daar's klomp ouens om jou wat al klaar daai paadjie al gestap het en ek moet dit net embrace, so hy het dit regtig goed gedoen.
Elton, from your side, you've played in Japan and that, and you must know some of the players who played for the Sunwolves, and you've played them for the, with the Lions now a couple of years. What are you expecting, and have you seen an improvement in them, and so on?
I think the biggest difference for me, what I've seen, is that they've taken a lot of overseas-based players from their normal Japanese players. But yeah, I think the fundamental stays the same, like getting out of the line. They like to play in your face, especially when we have to defend. They like the ball in play. They don't kick quite much, but maybe we'll see something different this weekend, so we'll have to be prepared for everything.
Would the Blues have been a good warm-up for a team like the Sunwolves? I mean, they would be similar in a lot of ways.
It's different because the Blues is behind our backs and we've got a different challenge that's lying ahead. I think it's a quality Sunwolves side, it's not the past. So we're going to have to be well prepared and ready to go for Saturday.
So is jammer om te vra om net 'n paar vrae Afrikaans te hou en mis spesifiek oor Jan van Engels. Net kortliks, wat is die verwagtinge van hierdie span wat hier naweek kom en wat het hulle wyser geword uit daai nederlaag teen die Blues op naweek?
Ja, ons wil net by ons prosesse hou. Soos ons maar altyd sê, dit is nou al 'n cliché, maar ons het wat ons gevind het teen die Blues het ons die laaste 20 minute nie by die proses gehou wat ons gewoond is aan en doen nie. So ons het beslis wys geword wat dit betref. Daar's tye wat jy miskien wat jy moet uitwerk, speel jy daar by hulle of hou jy die bal en ons moet nog net daai balans reg kry, maar ons het met die span goeie meeting daaroor gehad en ons het ooreengekom en wat ons wil doen.
Die verwagtinge van hierdie span van Japan, wat gaan hulle die partytjie bring?
Hulle gaan hom bring. Een ding van hulle, ek weet nie of julle laas jaar gevolg het nie. Ek dink hulle het gedrol met die Stormers en hulle die bulle gewen. Net wanneer jy dit nie verwag nie. So hulle is tipies in hulle karakter, Japaneese karakter, soos ek nou by Elton en Sous hulle waar daar was, hoor, hy man hou nie op nie. So die game is nooit verby teen hulle nie en hulle se karakterspan. En hulle hou aan speel en hulle dra die bal.
Ek het net gevra dat jy nou veranderings gemaak, jy's onder geen omstandighede besig om hierdie besoekers te onderskakel met jou.
Nee, ek wil nie as die naam noem nie. Ons het by die huis verloor en ons almal weet dit, ons het mekaar in die oë gekyk. En dit maak nie saak teen wie ons die naweek eintlik speel nie. Dit gaan oor ons en ons supporters en julle en die ouens wat agter ons is. Dis al wat tel. So daai naam word nie eens genoem nie. Ek wil nie eens laat daai saadjie vat in die grond nie.
Soos ek weet of jy gesien het, maar een van die Nieu-Zeelandse rugby skrywers het 'n brief geskryf hierdie week waarin hy sê as die Lions teen die Blues verloor by die ys, kan die Lions hierdie jaar kan hulle regtig nie so goed wees nie. Let julle op sulke goed en dien dit vir julle as motivering?
Ja, ons is net mense, dit dien as motivering. Ek sal daai uitknipsel hou. Maar ons moet ons ook nie te veel daaraan steur nie. Jy weet, as jy na die tellings kyk, dis spanne in die Super Rugby, enige span kan wen op 'n given day. Ek dink hulle wil, dit is maar so julle selfkoerant man, en dis maar nog 'n storie. Jy weet wat die ou wou, kyk wat het die Bulls aan die Hurricanes gewen by die huis, en toe gaan ons en wen die Bulls in Pretoria. So ek weet nie, sy teorie maak nie vir my heeltemal sin nie. Maar dis sy opinie en hy's geregtig daarop.
Coach, net in Afrikaans gebied, jy het vir Franco gekies as kaptein. Hoekom het jy hom gekies en wat verwag jy van hom vir Saterdag?
Hy weet ek is baie lief vir biltong. Nee, dis nie. Nee, ek sal vir jou sê hoekom ek Franco gekies het. Ja, dit is lief. Ek sal vir jou sê hoekom ons besluit het, hoekom ek spesifiek besluit het op Franco is net, hy's een van daai wat sê kom boys. Hy lei deur sy voorbeeld, hy's ongelooflik gedissiplineerd op en van die veld af en hy's 'n rolmodel vir die hele span. En hy was in elk geval deel van die leiersgroep gewees. En hy's heeltemal ander karakter as Warren. Warren is die diplomaat, Sous is die goer. Nie dat Warren nie die goer is nie, maar hy is 'n tipiese ou wat ons nou op hierdie stadium, maar jy sal sien nou maar dop, hy sal deur voorbeeld lei. Jy kan maar kyk, hy sal naby die bal wees meeste van die tyd, want dis die Sous wat ons ken en dis wat ons van hom verwag. En hy hou ook van die druk wat as jy dit op hom gooi. Ons het agtergekom in die vorige jare al, as jy toe Akker 3 jaar terug vir hom gesê het, jy doen die lyn staan, het dit soos die Engelsman sê embrace. En hy het heeltemal die ouens het van hom afgefeed. So dit was 'n natuurlike keuse om vir Sous te kom bel en sê ek wil hê moet asseblief die span vir ons lei.
Franco, hoe sal jy jou kapteinskap opsom? Jy het met die skeieregter praat of hoe voel jy wat is jou leierskap?
Ja, nee, ek dink ek het my vrou het altyd gedink ek is 'n leier, maar ja, ek is nie een van daai ouens wat regtig praat baie nie. Ek sou eerder wil doen as sê. Ons het 'n ding wat sê talk is cheap, money buys the whistle. Whisky, sorry. Ja, so van my af sal ek maar net Elton sal ook met die ref praat en ons het ouens wat met die ref gaan praat. By my werk is maar net om te link met Elton en met die forwards en net die calls deur te kry.
Elton, ek wil vra van Afrikaans kan van jou kan af. Nee. Ek net kort is ek wil 'n opvolg op wat waaroor hulle tans praat oor die afwesigheid van Warren Whiteley. Is dit 'n groot verlies vir julle? Ek vra obvious vra, is dit 'n verlies vir julle? Hoe goed sy verlies? En na die verloor in die Blues nou, hoe moet julle hulle kop nou weer aanskakel vir die res van die kompetisie nou?
Ons het by mekaar gekom maandag en ons is eerlik mekaar en ons het die Blues se coach gesê 12-4 afgesluit en ons het baie goeders uit daai game uit geleer wat positief was vir die span vorentoe. Want dan gaan nog baie tougher games kom en was is altyd 'n groot verlies in die manier van hoe hy die span lei en sy werksetiek op die veld en sy leierskap af in die veld of ook met die jonger manne so. Ons gaan was 'n mis, maar dit gee weer vir ons 'n geleentheid om te sien wat sou sy bring en ons as leiers om te sien of ons regtig die span lei en dan obviously as verskillende rolle so lekker challenge wat voor lê.
En jy is gevra oor jou ervaring in Japan en wat jy weet van hierdie besoekers na hierdie naweek net so Afrikaans.
Ek het 'n paar veranderinge gesien. Hulle het baie meer oorseese spelers gekies in hulle Sunwolves groep as jou tradisionele Japaneese groep. So dit gaan 'n bietjie verskillend wees met lappies wat by die bulle gespeel het met Willie Brits wat hier by ons was. Hulle het 'n paar Nieu-Seelandse spelers ook, maar hulle het ook Japaneese spelers wat ook langs op rugby gespeel het vir die laaste 2 of 3 jaar sal hulle gespeel het. So dit gaan 'n verbetering is 'n Sunwolves span wees as wat ons laas jaar sover gewen het. So maar alles gaan oor ons want die hele week was oor ons en ons voorbereiding maak seker dat ons reg is vir Saterdag.
So can I just ask you about next week now? I know you don't want to look too far ahead, but in the last year and the year before, the team that went to Argentina was a weakened team, if I can use that word. What are your thoughts around that this season?
Yeah, Jock, no, we got to go full strength, but still with our plan, with our rotation plan. So, but we want to go. Most probably depends on what happens this weekend, but most probably those 4 guys, those 5 guys that we're resting is with purpose. You know that we can fly them over with the team. Yeah, does it answer your question?
Well, might you then leave some of the guys who are playing this weekend, maybe like these 2 guys at home, or haven't you decided yet?
No, I won't. I don't think we leave these 2 at home at this stage, unless they not play well enough. Then we might just leave them at home. Yeah, so yeah, Jock, to answer your question, someone, as Alton said, someone has got to stay behind, and the guys are accepting the rotation policy. But I think what the guys did buy in, and maybe that'll help you a lot with your question. What the guys did buy in, all 37, that we're going to rate. There's definitely going to be rotation. There are guys in the team that's maybe not in the front line, and they might get a chance off the bench now and then to blood them. We must remember we're busy with a long-term process as well at the Lions. We've got under 19s and 21s that did so well. So we can't just look at right here. We've got to be a bit broad-minded in that sense to make sure that we blood youngsters. What happened with our Chiva now, Annalene Massain, and AP as a youngster was sort of was our plan, our POA to blood him, but he just took every chance, and he's now a starting lineup guy. So there are certain guys. It's easy to hide behind rotation policy, but we are trying to do a rotation basis policy because it's a long competition. And last year you had easier games, in all due respect. This year you don't have it,
When are you going to fly out to that? And are there any things that you've learned over the last 2 seasons that you might be doing differently this season?
Yeah, no. Look, it is a tough trip, but we're going to fly a bit later. We'll be 2 or 3 days there and then play Saturday, come back, and then we know the Crusaders are waiting for us in South Africa. But that's all part of the challenge, and that's all part of our planning, how to use players and how to rest them.
So it's on that, on the rotation part of it, has the plan sort of been brought forward now because of the injuries to guys like Yapu and Waza?
The plan was always to give Waza somewhere a bit of a break. And not to say that it would have been this weekend, but same with Malcolm. We got to look at Malcolm as well. We got to look at. He's the kind of guy he doesn't want to break. He flourishes the more he plays. Same with Elton. If I sub Elton, it's really to give another guy a chance. And yeah. So, but we're still sticking to rotation. That doesn't change.
Elton, if I could just ask you, the Sunwolves considered a side that concedes a lot of points. How do you guys fight that temptation to not lose shape on attack and try to score, I suppose, off first phase?
I think we're going to have to be more clinical when we carry the ball or when we be on defense. Yeah, we just have to focus on us and do what we have to do. We've got a lot of challenges from the coach, and it's for us to respond on the challenges. It's like
how does your role then, because you run the show at the back, what are the things you're kind of looking out for? Or the red flags that you're like, hang on guys, let's be more patient here?
Obviously they're a bit different in terms of when I've played in Japan. They've got a lot more line speed when we have to attack, so that's something we're going to have to adapt to. We're going to feel a little bit more pressure from that point of view, but we have to be clinical because they play turnover ball, they'll punish you.
The Sunwolves against the Sharks with Andre Estres at 12, he really bashed up through the middle a few times, and they made a few yards through the middle. Is that maybe a strategy with Ruan also coming up from the wing with him and Harold there running off Elton and Ross to try and gain that advantage through the middle as the Sharks also did?
Thanks for that one. We might use it.
That's a good strategy.
A good strategy. No, we'll. It's one of the ploys, yeah. But the big thing why he's laughing now. We do try and attack and hide space. Often. There's 5 spaces. That's always one of the 5 is always available, and the decision makers must decide which one. So it's not really just that. But to answer your question better, as Troki is a guy that you can use him to get over the gain line, definitely.
So the Sunwolves have quite a dynamic pack. I mean, really, they're quite mobile around the
Yeah.
How excited are you for that battle? It's probably a different kind of battle that you've faced throughout this season. Is it a forward battle that you guys embrace?
Most games are still lost and won up front, and they just a bit. They're definitely more mobile. On defence, they come very quick around the corner. Their line speed is good, so they definitely a more mobile pack of forwards. Not saying that the Blues are not. The Blues had, as I said, individual stars, which they proved again. So, but they, as a pack, they're definitely more mobile.
And a word on a former player like Billy Briggs. I haven't seen that team, but you might obviously come up against the likes of Billy Briggs.
Yeah, Billy is such an inspirational guy. He's a real man of God. He was so inspirational in our team as well. So he plays rugby for the right reasons, and it'll be a great challenge against him. But when we go in that park, I think for those 80 minutes, He's not going to be just Willie.